This pen is made from segmented wood. It's Bocote and Purple Heart. It's a very pretty blank. When I got it, you can see the purple on the Purple Heart. Of course, the Bocote is very nice wood. The first pen I turned at WoodCraft on the class was with that. Turned out very nice. Finishes are very nice. See me again using a backing board to cut it. And after cutting it, then we went to the drill press. And I don't have an alignment yet, so I use the carpenter square to line it up and get it straight to make sure it's drilled straight. And once we got that done, and we got it lined up on the brad bit. I've been using brad bits for decades for wood. Best thing, it's accurate. The point gets you right on center. And then going through this blank, just took it easy, cleaned it out, went down as smooth as I could, brought it back up, cleaning it. The blue tape is where the bottom should be. I wanted it to be a lot slower and easier on the bottom, so I kind of put that tape to give me kind of an idea of where the end is. And you can tell right there is where the end was. So we got it done, took it off, went over to the bench to install the tube. And I always use 5-minute epoxy. And I use a gram scale to weigh out. It's just about as accurate as you can get. I use about 16 grams, 8 and 8, or 9, somewhere around the 9 and 9 or 8 and 8. But I get it weighed out, then I'll mix it up with a popsicle stick. You can get those popsicle sticks by the hundreds on Amazon. And sometimes it takes a few to get it right exactly where you want it. And then we'll use the official snap-on installation tool. Make sure we put plenty of epoxy on it. No telling what kind of gaps that are between the tube and the wood. And I'll leave it set where the, this is on time lapse, quick. So you'll see the epoxy turning yellow, and I leave the stick in it. So when that's hardened up and you can't get the stick out, and you smack it around, then you kind of know that the tube is also the same way. And this is sped up also. I think it's 8 times for the lathe. I'll start off the roughing gouge and just take it down. I'm getting a little tear out on the corners. I think I had the angle off just a little bit on it. But it was very easy to work with. Both woods are very easy to turn. The finish came out very, very good. The blank was a nice looking blank with the two wood. You can kind of see it starting to shine a little bit, even with the roughing gouge. Now, one thing that I needed to do a little better, and you'll see it in the last photo, is for some reason I left this a little high in comparison to the bushings. And you can kind of see it right there to where the wood is just a little high off of that bushing. Now you don't want to get it right on, because then when you start sanding, then you'll get it below the bushing or have a problem where the end of the tube is. You get it too short or too thin right there. But I'm not having a problem with it because I left it just a little too thick. So I'm running the sandpaper through it right now. I think it's 220. And then I go to 320. And then I put sanding sealer on it. I think there's 2 coats of sanding sealer on it. Make sure the towel is not used, that it's a fresh spot on the towel. And I think that was the second sanding sealer that I did. Went on very well. Finish wasn't bad with it. Then I used a polish, a friction polish. You'll see me pinch my fingers together right there, putting a little pressure on it right there to add a little heat to it. You don't want to put too much heat on it, then you start affecting the finish. But you can feel it in your fingers warming up a little bit. There was the second coat going on. Again, putting a little heat on it to get it polished up. You see, it looks good. Finish came out good. And we'll get it off the mandrel, and we'll take it over and break out the pack. It's a Wall Street 2 pin from WoodCraft. The blank also came from WoodCraft. We'll get the pin out and start putting it together. Kind of goes very simply like that. That little ring in the bottom right then goes on to the blank and then pushes in. Another picture of the blank that it turned out well. Using a squeeze clamp again to put everything together. Went on very, very nicely. Got done with it. Now, if you look and look at the bottom where the blank and the pin band is, you can see a little bit of difference there. It should be closer to the band also at the top. So need to do a little better job than that last time. But overall, the pin turned out very well. You have to know what you're looking for to see the difference in the blank and the pin, the space. But the finish I was very happy with, and turned out to be a very good looking pin. So again, thanks for watching the series. We'll post another video up here pretty quick. And please subscribe and keep in touch.